Wednesday Night with Those Guys and Wednesday Night with Those Guys are sponsored by
those guys.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome. This is Wednesday Night with Those Guys. And as you know, Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by those guys. This is where we talk about everything in the drone world and promote the usage of drones. How is everyone out there doing once again? And I hope you guys have been able to get out and enjoy the weather. Here, it's been raining like nobody's business. And
wow.
And it's been raining, and it's been raining. Today we got a little reprieve, some sun out, some sun shining today, but nice, cool fall weather. But how is the weather where you guys are? I hope you guys been able to get out, like I said, and fly and enjoy your drones. We're talking about a few things here tonight. What's going on with you, Lawrence?
Not a whole lot. I'm glad I got to see that shiny yellow orb in the sky that I hadn't been able to see for about a week with the hurricane passing and stuff. When the sun came out, I'm good. It's hot. SJM says it's hot in Spain. Yeah, rub it in, why don't you? Yeah. Our summer's ending. It's always summer in Spain. Well, at least the southern parts. Oh, Newfound Drone. He changed his handle. Newfound Drone is now Atlantic Adventures. What's up? He did the name change. I like it. But what happens if you go to the Pacific? I tried. What's up with you, Herman? What's going on, man?
I don't know. I'm just doing my thing, I'm riding the waves, and been sitting here. And it's crazy. I've been working on video.
Right.
Yeah.
What video?
For first, what video I'm working on.
I try to get him to give up information is like sticking a stuffed pig with a fork. It just ain't feeling it.
I'm working on video for S&D.
Yeah.
Not the store, but SD actually.
Right, SD.
Not S&D.
We'll leave it at that. We won't give the full name.
S&D is like a little department store. Are they still around?
I doubt it. I doubt it very much. I haven't seen one of those stores in ages.
No, but there's a lot of drone stuff happening. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of stuff happening. I actually have some good things to say about the Mini 4 later. and I'm sincere.
You need to stop with the Mini. The Mini.
I explained before, I have nothing against the Mini drones. They don't serve any purpose that I would personally need. But there are good things about the drone. It's a great drone from the Mini on up.
Mm-hmm. If Batman,
can you think of one line of drone DJI has that's not good?
I'm telling you, if they did a new Batman, I guarantee he'd have a Mini on his utility belt.
Could you imagine? Right? If they redid it, right? You have a little FPV TJ. That's TJ Giggles and stuff. He's got an Nevada. Welcome to the world of FPV.
FPV now.
Should I say cinematic FPV?
What's going on, TJ? So he's FPV now.
Yes. So it's now FPV TJ now, which means he's got to change the vinyl on the back of his car now, because I saw he posted a picture with the vinyl TJ Giggles and drones. And now, where are you going to put the FPV, TJ?
Just get another car.
Yeah, right. Good idea. What's up with you, man? What's up? What's going on? I mean, I know about the video stuff, but what's happening otherwise?
We haven't been able
Welsh drones. What's up, man? Is that Welsh Rob?
I don't know. Our drones have been grounded because of the rain, so next week you're gonna be busy.
Well, yeah, definitely. Even next week. You mean tomorrow?
Well, yeah, but next week.
Yeah.
The week is over already.
True. That is true. But
Week is over.
it
This
is
this is my favorite part of the
the
month.
month.
Yeah,
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that. Um,
invoice time.
I need to do a video, but I haven't been out too. I need to go
Nope,
back out and get some more camera drone footage.
nope. You don't. You're not flying.
What
How?
happened? I'm
It's been
flying.
raining.
I know. I know. No one's yet. It is me. It's me, Rob Lawrence Wells Jones. Yeah, I thought so. How are you, Rob? Hope all is well, man.
What's going
Haven't
on?
seen you in a
I
while.
still need that piece of the backyard, bro.
Oh, you still trying to get a piece of land over there in his
Hmm.
backyard so
Hmm.
you can have a family crest?
Hmm.
2 foot by 2 foot square is all that he's asking for, Rob, in your backyard, so he could say he owns land over in Europe. He's got a family crest. It's Phantom Flight 101. Drone guy 42. Yo, I may be going out
Oh
Saturday
no.
night, man. Saturday night,
Word.
if the weather holds up, I may be going to fly Saturday night. If
Where?
you're interested, hit me up on
Where you
Messenger
going? Where
and
you
I'll
going?
fill you in. Huh?
Where you going?
Come on now. Secret spot number 99.
Here we go.
No. I am going flying Saturday night. I don't
You
know
know what
where.
kills
But
me?
I have an idea. I have an idea
You know
of
what
where.
I always you know what I always thought was
He said
fun?
he would rent you a piece, Herman.
What happened?
He said he would rent you a piece.
That
Does
sounds
does rent include you going out there during the snow and brushing off his land, his
yeah,
piece
like
of land?
are you gonna shovel and cut that part of the grass and
Right. Can you see now he's shovel and the whole plate goes flying with the snow and everything?
or are you gonna pile the snow on that corner of the yard?
Yeah, yeah. Nice spot somewhere under a tree in the shade would be good. I'll let you know, man. I have
No, no,
two places I want to go, but it's
no.
in
What I was
undecided.
saying is for years, right?
Yeah.
From all with the five borough days, and guys would always post stuff with my secret spot number. And I was
Mhm.
like, how is that a secret spot? But
When you're telling everybody
no,
you're
but
there.
who those people driving by in the back?
Right.
They know where the spot is at.
True, true, true.
But yeah, there's a few things happening tonight, Lawrence. I'm talking about. One I wanted to mention, and I'm quite sure everybody saw it last Friday. It had come up on reports that the
I'm sorry to hear, Rob. I'm glad you're feeling
what happened?
better. Was he battling cancer, kidney
Oh my
problems,
God, I'm sorry.
heart attacks? And I lost a nephew to cancer back in June, that was, Herman, right? I think back in June my nephew died.
Mm-hmm.
May have been before, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I lost a nephew to it, and it's hard. So I'm glad you're fighting everything, man. You're doing well. You're doing better. That's good to hear always.
Yeah, I keep you in my prayers, man.
Yes, most definitely. Anyway, if you were, like Herman said, if you were in the New
Yeah.
York City area, you didn't get to fly for about 5 days straight.
Well, what I was
Guys that are in a corner curled up with the power plug to their drone shaking.
what I was saying, no, some guys went out to the park and discharged their batteries. What I was saying was, if you saw Friday, there was a report that the Phantom 4 RTK and the
Hmm.
Mavic 2 Enterprise has gotten a firmware update that brings remote ID.
Turn on sharing.
Who? What?
Turn on sharing.
You know what? There's a nicer way of asking me to allow you to share stuff.
Could I please share? Go ahead. Go back to story.
Yeah, it's not really a story. I just wanted to say that that they've been made available. The the firmware update was available for that. What's this?
Go ahead. David, I figured I would show something while you were talking.
Oh, Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, the firmware update was made available for the Phantom 4 RTK and the Mavic 2 Enterprise, and that makes them remote ID compliant. So
Yes.
for those of you who have it or have those those drones, you
Yes.
can now do
Draymond had
the
contacted me.
you can now do the update, and you can now you won't need a module, one of those remote ID modules for those drones. So you're good to go now. Just like the Air 2S, and from what I'm understanding, the Air 2 and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
All of those drones now are good to go. So um the firmwares are rolling out. DJI did
Yes,
say
it is.
end of the
East Coast,
year
you're
that
100%. The Air 2 is compliant also. Yes, I
Mhm,
did see that on Facebook. Thank you for reminding us.
mhm. So what happened?
East Coast was saying the Air 2 is compliant now also. I was just
Yeah,
thanking you
I
for
was just
reminding
saying
us.
that.
Yeah.
I had heard that one. But like I said, DJI did say that they were going to roll them out by the end of the year. So for those of you who are interested in continuing to map with your Phantom 4 Pros, you can continue to do so.
Yeah, I know Draymond still uses his Phantoms big time. That I definitely know. In fact, he had sent me something on Messenger saying that they were doing it.
Mhm.
They were doing an update. And I had thanked him for it because I had no idea because I don't own an enterprise. I would assume if I did own an enterprise, I would know about it, right?
What, the firmware?
Yeah, at some
Well,
time and point.
um,
I'm pretty much on point with my updates.
well, I think you would know about it because you do a live stream, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's what brings it to your attention. Yeah, so I don't have the RTK Phantom for Phantom 4 RTK, but
right.
um these things, it's funny when these articles that come out like in Drone DJ and some of these others, some of these things come up in other magazines online like a couple of days before that or weeks before that,
Yeah,
or you
yeah.
see
I'm
something
starting to notice that even more
LinkedIn.
so.
Yeah.
What do you think that is? I mean, at one time you couldn't
Well,
find.
there's a lot of money invested in the situation. So you see it in a lot of those magazines. Like you see stuff from drone information in like the you know the Times stuff, magazines and stuff that go along, financial magazine, sit online. We've talked about shit we've seen in those articles. So it's just they're there. They're talking about it. A lot of money invested in.
Well, yeah, definitely. A lot of money invested in drones and making drones compliant. And there's a lot of people who have invested money in drones that want to keep flying.
Hmm.
Like I was seeing people on Facebook saying, "Oh, remote ID. I'm not bothering with that. Blah blah blah." And these same people have complied and registered their drone with remote ID. So Pilot Institute is having live stream with the FAA right now, and they were talking about it. Yeah, they've been on for a while. The FAA website. I was checking it out a little earlier.
Okay.
Yeah, the FAA is on live now. They're talking about remote ID and
Hmm.
well, I don't know if they're going to be talking about numbers because it's too early to add up numbers, but I know my Air 2S and my Mavic 3 Classic are compliant.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just waiting for
And
somebody
when
to
you
tell
talking
me
about
to send
adding
me
up
the drone.
numbers, like
But
numbers how, like into
what happened?
how many drones are compliant?
Yeah, yeah. The number it's too early to get those numbers in because people are still complying. I know people that haven't flown their drone yet, and I guess when they do
But
fly,
since it started raining,
well, that too, a freaking week of rain, five
we
days,
had the
five nights.
TFR, then the rain.
Yeah. So, well, I tell a few people, well, I would rather be working, but I consider it a mini vacation.
That's what we call it. I hear you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what's that? Falcon 2024, Florida
Huh?
Public Safety. Huh? The Florida Public Safety Drone Operators Conference.
Okay.
Yeah, man. That will be held on February 20th through the 22nd in Arbondale, I believe that they call it Arbondale, yeah, Florida.
Yeah, I can't check right now.
Yeah. You should check that out if you're in the area or if you can go. If you're in
Okay.
public safety and you're in the area, you know.
But even if you're not into
They,
public safety, but it's one of the
they,
largest public
and I mean,
safety events.
yeah, it is, and it's a good learn. I mean, but they're just the reason why I said when you're in public safety because they basically are uniting people in public safety from all over across Florida, and other regions to come and to this conference. So that's why I said if you're in public safety, and you're in Florida, you should check it out.
Well,
And if
you can learn pointers, and I'm sure they don't mind observers. They are focusing mainly on search and rescue, those kind of things. But in this actual video, they go to firehouses who are not drone friendly or drone knowledgeable, and they tell you, "Hey, get in your car and go out somewhere." And to show you how advanced this drone is, don't even tell me where you're going. I bet you I can find you. Now you see all this land out here, right, Herman?
word, yeah,
They told two vehicles, ATV vehicles, to just go out on the road, go anywhere they want to go in all this open land here, and don't tell us where you are. Of course, they have a drone guy with them to confirm, but each time, I think the quickest time they found them was 4 minutes. It took them 4 minutes to find them, and these guys, they gave them like a half-hour start.
okay.
So, and they go to show the fire departments in search and rescue. That would have came in handy if someone was out in the wilderness and was lost. They showed them from the thermal aspect. They
Right.
showed the different drones that you can use to apply this. In fact, if I look back at the remote right here,
Well, see, that's the good thing about a conference because
right here, you
you
got
can share,
RC. Yeah.
you can share at conference.
Yeah. So
There's a lot of
I will
different
post
drones out there now.
what happened.
There's a lot of different drones out there now.
Yes. Hey, Ray of Sunshine, how are you? Sorry, I was in another window. Copper State Aerial, what's
It's
good?
funny
Gary.
because I remember when going back a few years, even before the Air 2 series.
Yes.
Oh, DJI needs competition so that it can keep the drone quality up and this, that, and the other, and that will force them to do better on their product and this, that, and the other. Now, I think the DJI has gotten better on the quality of the product.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Across the board on the functionality.
Hey, Angie.
As well as, the safety, everything when it comes to their drones and how
safety, obstacle avoidance, return to home
right.
feature, everything is
how they perform and everything. With that being said, all of those things come with a price. And as soon as the price went up, came an issue.
Yeah.
But okay, no problem. Whatever. So now what we're hearing is what? What you said? You were gonna say?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. No, say what you're gonna say.
It's just to the point now where pretty much if and this is sad to say about the United States, if they can't make all the money on it, they don't want it, or they have something to say about it. But it's like that with other countries too. So
Okay.
that's all.
Okay.
Nothing major. Just think about it. DJI had a factory here in the United States, which they could do at the blink of an eye, but the United States wouldn't allow it. But if think about it, if DJI was to say,
I don't
plant in the United States to cover this hemisphere of the planet.
Wow, this took a turn. But I don't know if I don't know if that's true. I don't even think that it would be necessary. I don't really think it's necessary because history has shown that it really isn't necessary.
Yeah. They are a successful company without a plant here in the United States.
No, but the whole thing about how and why.
Okay. Why waste the energy, right?
No. The whole talk about that, then when we were talking about that a while back, to know why it was even an issue on the table of them even building a plant here. If you saw what I had said about, and I showed you with Foxconn, just have to present the presence of it, and you play the game and it goes away.
Right.
That's how that worked. That's why that's the largest electronics manufacturer in the world.
True. And they're doing it.
It's about the appearance. But what I was gonna say before that was what I'm hearing is that the Air 3 now is compatible with the FPV Googles, the DJI Googles.
Yes, it is compatible with the goggles. I would like to ask myself why, but people want to fly these camera drones with goggles, so I don't see why not.
Have you ever flown a camera drone with goggles?
What happened?
Have you ever flown a camera drone with goggles?
No.
Okay.
No.
I
haven't. I mean, could I? Yeah. Would I want?
I've done it.
I remember.
I've done it, and honestly,
takes away from your situational awareness.
Well, that is the same thing that happens with you when you fly an FPV.
Yeah, this is true.
It's the same thing.
I mean, I know one or two people who may have this drone, but I really want to see.
But all of them can do it now.
True.
So
that's true.
That's the thing. And I see that they're selling drones with packages with the motion controller and the goggles. So,
with that update with the goggles, it fits the Integra goggles, the goggles 2, and the second model of that motion controller.
Right.
I was under the impression, isn't that all OcuSync 4? I mean, isn't the Air?
Listen, bro, they can make it what they want to make it.
Yeah, with software you can. You're right. Which leads you to wonder.
I'm just like I said, the only with the I'll get into that later.
Well, they could have kept the Air 3 on OcuSync 3.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Let's not go there, right? Yeah. We'll have people coming out of the woodworks. Didn't I tell you? Anyway.
They don't know. He don't know.
He doesn't know what he's talking about, right?
Right.
It's
That's what's
funny
gonna
you're
happen.
talking about the Air 3 because the FPV goggles, and the augmented reality home point they've added
Mhm.
also.
What
Now I
am I?
see that as a plus. I think every drone going forward should have that.
Yeah, but I wasn't getting into the mini drone, but yes, that is a feature that is on it. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, if you look at that
here's
return
a
home, but you
picture.
know what, truthfully speaking,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna be honest with you, the the things that I saw, you know, we talked about the update with the when the update came out for the Mavic 3 series,
Mm-hmm.
and I told you to be able to leverage those the sensors, like the camera sensors
Yeah.
for the obstacle avoidance and use them for vision
Right.
was a big thing. The other thing that I like about that update, and I kind of like it even more so, is the you know the I can't remember what the hell they call it, but where it shows you the footprint on the screen, the
Yeah.
shadow of the drone, the shadowing
Yes.
of where the drone is going to land.
Yes.
Yeah, I love that feature.
It makes it a lot more accurate. Tilt your camera down and land
You
exactly on the
you
pad.
don't even got to do that.
No, just
No,
put it. I haven't used it.
no,
Yet to
just
use it.
no. When you look in the screen, right? If you got the camera, look down at the screen. The screen will show you the the footprint of the drone
Right. Yeah.
over the landing pad
Right.
where it's going to land.
From
So
your
so all you
mouth.
gotta do, is just keep moving it over till you
True.
get it lined up.
Right. Right. Then you can bring it down from Fly Guy Merrill, from your mouth to DJI's ears. Watch
What?
they make the RC Pro compatible with 404 drones. After I committed to buying the new drone with the DJI RC2, shaking my head. Hmm. We'll
Well,
see.
that new RC controller that's coming with the drones, the way it's built, it's very, very close to the RC Pro.
Right.
Just that it has the OcuSync 4 in it. You can't I don't believe you can download any third
Right. Like
party
the RC Pro third party apps.
yes.
Yeah, third party apps. That's what I love about that RC Pro. You can download third party apps. And so if you have a mapping software
Here we
that you
go.
use externally or
Use it
Leachy or
what?
something, hmm?
Use it what?
The RC Pro.
Watch, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah. Hey, Herm. Hey, Bill.
With this drone, right, having a mechanical shutter,
Mm-hmm.
watch, I'm gonna show you. The smart controller, downloading third-party software to that
Yeah.
becomes a more valuable controller to me
Mm-hmm.
and use to map with
I
than to
agree.
download a third-party software to an RC Pro and then use a drone that does not have a mechanical shutter to map with. And the best drone that I could probably use, you can't map with it at all.
And that drone is?
The Mavic 3. You would have to go and get the Enterprise,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah.
which is a very good drone.
From
But
what I'm seeing out there.
I can do the same, but I can get, I mean, it's not as fast. It's not as fast.
Right. But you can get the same performance with your Phantom.
Right. I can get
Right
this,
there.
I can get good quality. That's why when guys say they're gonna map, I keep saying this with the Mini is a very capable drone, but the sensor size and the
Click that like button, guys.
and for the height that you'll be mapping at,
Yeah.
If you look
Yeah.
at
Is
what
it accurate?
you,
Is it?
well,
Is
I'm
it
saying it's not. It's the cleanliness of the photo. And you look at
right? That's what I mean by accurate. It's got
yeah.
to
I
be
got you.
clean
Yeah, I
to
got
be
you're right.
accurate.
You're right. But
Yeah.
you look at or look at some of the things you see samples of like distance of like 200 feet, 150 feet, and or
Yeah.
higher, 200 feet with the Matrice and the Phantom, and you're like, damn, how the hell is the Mini gonna same crush here? Get this?
At 200 feet,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's not the same.
In the wind.
It's not this, not even with wind, but I'm just saying it's not the same. And then with the drone moving and taking those shots,
True.
I
True.
I mean,
Do
okay,
it? Yes, you can. Will you be happy with the outcome?
probably.
Maybe, maybe not. Part of your map, hey, Jim's droning, part of your map may be blurred, part of it may be crispy clear. Um,
I
hey,
don't
let's
know.
do a test. Let's do a
What do
test
I?
with your Mini 3 Pro, Herman.
What happened?
Let's do a test with your Mini 3 Pro.
Hell no. I mean, yeah, I guess you could test it. Yeah, well, I mean, you could test it. I mean,
We test the Mini 3 Pro
uh,
against
where
another
you test it
drone
in the park
at the
somewhere.
same at the same
Test,
altitude, mapping the
test it.
same area under the same
You know
conditions.
how long it's going to take to do this test?
Well, yeah, kind of.
When you start fumbling around with the software and trying to load the stuff in, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it can be done. What's up, Jim's Tony?
Day
Hope
number
all is
two.
well.
Day number two.
Okay.
But you know what? Everybody's talking about this, the Mini. And since everyone's talking about the Mini, let's talk about it. You know,
Yes.
the Mini 4 Pro, it's here. And my question is, did we need it? What are you
I'm
guys in the chat think? Did we need it? Because the Mini 4 Pro is here. Did we actually need it? You know, and one of the biggest things that was talked about was the minor upgrades that came with it and how it compared to what the hell happened there and how it compared to the 3,
right.
and you know and you know, that's why I asked that question, because in my opinion, if you ask me, did we need it? I would say yes and no.
Right.
The Mini 3, came out, the Mini 3 Pro, I should say, came out
Right here, Mini 3 Pro.
about a year ago. Right? The Mini 3 Pro came out a
year and
ago.
a half, actually.
The
according to the article,
the Mini 3, I believe, started shipping late the end of June.
Okay.
Like mid-June, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Because I did a test of it, of the Mini 3 Pro, within the first few days of the month of July. So that it came out like that. Was it June? Yeah, June. If I'm not mistaken.
Ray of Sunshine says if they cut the price of the Mini 3, at least
I had the Mini 3 Pro in Miami last summer.
Right, that's true.
So when we talk about this and we talk about the minor increment, the minor things that came to it, you know,
check out that link.
Some might say, what happened?
Telling Ray of Sunshine to check that link.
Okay, some might say that, you know, with the minor increments, that it's not worth it to pick it up, not worth it to get it. And some even might say with the minor increments that was done to it, Couldn't you have done this with a firmware update and 86 the damn sensors?
You know what? It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that, but
no, I mean, some might say that. I'm just playing. I'm just playing the fool, devil's advocate, whatever you want to call it. You know, some might say that could have been done. I don't know. What do I know? You know, you're talking about upgrading controllers, you know, but when you do get down to the nitty-gritty of it, you know, why I say yes is because, you know, now, you know, these drones, forget about the United States. These drones are very important to the European market. People over using these drones and with their classifications of drones. These drones are going to be the drones, and not only in and most people have here in America, but over in Europe too. You know, you probably see this everywhere now. For those who are flying drones, it's not. You know, it's funny because
I see a lot of minis out there, Herman.
But everybody had once follow I'm saying to you. Everyone once had said that the Mini was an entry-level drone, and I still believe so to an extent, because when I first got into flying drones, there was no such thing as an entry-level drone. You just jumped on the damn horse.
You got a drone, right?
And ride the damn thing, and if you couldn't ride, you just got to get off. You know, there was no entry-level drones. Those things came along later on, and we just classified them and named them these things because we have a need to name.
Right.
You know, so you know, and I question now, is it an entry-level drone? Because
Bill seems to think so.
Who?
Bill, Coast to Coast.
Okay, Bill, but what I'm saying to you is that, yeah, you know, we just classified it as an entry-level drone. I don't think DJI ever told you that. I think that we just classified it as that because it was the little guy, it was a small guy. We look at the props. I mean, listen, I hand caught the thing one time and the prop hit my finger. It didn't break the skin. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna say it didn't whack it real good, but it didn't break the skin. The drone is little. The guy does what it does. I mean, in certain, it'll fly and it'll fly high and it'll fly far, but in certain situations, I ain't trusting it.
Fly Guy Merrill says he's getting one.
I think it's a good drone. And why I say yes, not only because of the European market and more people get it, but now you're talking about this thing has been going, like I said, we were talking about it being a entry-level drone, but I said this even with when they came with the Mini 3 Pro. Is this thing really an entry-level drone? Because you're going to places with this drone that drones didn't have before. They didn't, the little top dog drones didn't have these features and this technology before. You know, now you're talking about 4K and everything now. Yeah. And 4K 60 in every drone now. Yeah. So it's really an entry-level drone?
I don't think so, because like you said, back in the day when I got into DJI, right? Mm-hmm. I'm being honest about this. My first DJI drone was the Phantom 4 Pro standard. Mm-hmm. I did not have the aperture.
Oh, you had the Phantom 4.
I had the regular Phantom 4. Mm-hmm. And I learned to use that drone to the point where people thought it was a Phantom 4 Pro.
Okay, but what drone was out other than that?
What drone was out other than that? Back when they were just introducing the Mavic 2 Pro. No, not true. When I had my Phantom 4 standard, everyone was switching from 3DR Solo and
there was no small entry-level drone like that.
No, there wasn't. 3DR Solo.
There was no kids table in the drone business.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think the Mini 3 Pro had a stack sensor like this one does, hence better night shots. I agree, Bill, Coast to Coast, with that, because of the simple fact, now that they can triple and quadruple stack these sensors, you're going to start seeing some amazing stuff. On
Don't
top
try
of
that
that,
with your contact lenses, ladies and
on,
gentlemen.
on top of that, night mode.
Not the same thing.
I know, I know, I know. But let's see. Let's see. I want to see some footage. You know who would be great for it, but I know he has the Mini 3 Pro? Big
Hmm.
Mac.
Mm-hmm.
Because he works the hell out of
And
his.
I've seen guys on what they're going to get rid of their Mini 3 and get the Mini 4 Pro. I wouldn't do
Look
that because I have a, you know, you know,
but look at the prices, Herman. Why would you pay this? Look here. The Mini 3
Mavic,
Pro
the
with
Mavic
the
3.
RCN1 controller for
No,
759. The Mini 3
yeah,
Pro.
with the flu controller, the flu
Yes.
vaccine
So with
controller.
the flu controller for 759, right? Then they have
Uh-huh.
other bundles here where
Yeah, but for $50 more, ain't it? Like $50 more?
yep.
Check out the
$50
price
more.
compare.
Here.
I think
Now
it's like
here just
you
for the
got both
same
links, right?
same huh?
You got both links, right? For the
Yeah,
four
yeah.
Pro
The four. This is the four here now.
right now. What's the price of it with the with the
With the
RC control?
RC2 is 959, right? Now we
Yeah,
go
right,
back
right.
here to the 3 and we go down to the RC Pro and it's 909, $50. Spend the $50. If you're gonna
See what I'm
spend
saying?
$909, spend the 50. I do. Right
50
here.
bucks. Yo,
And,
jump on it.
and you
Don't
have the
waste your
radio with
time.
the antenna on it. Not the you have the
Don't
radio
even
with
waste
the
your
antenna on
time.
it. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
even waste.
Guy
I
Merrill
mean,
said that he's
yeah,
going to
I would get it for $50 more.
yeah. But
Jump
why
on
Mini
it.
3 Pro ND filters don't fit identical camera? That's so you can buy the new set.
Jump on
That
it.
Jim? You
If you
know
need
that,
a
Jim.
drone, and you're looking to buy something and you're looking to get in at a good price,
Yeah,
Mini
we got that picture, Bill. Thanks.
Mini 4 Pro.
We're gonna show it a little later.
Mini
Thank you
4 Pro.
much. Oh yeah, we got to do our little Nanook
Jump
thing
on it.
here.
Mini 4 Pro. No, well, you're going way ahead of the schedule, but
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, you're ahead of the schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like later on in the show.
Okay. Well, I have it loaded.
But well, we're still talking about this mini Pro,
The
Mini
Mini
4
4
Pro.
and the Mini 3.
And
Yeah.
yeah, comparing them, and like I said, for the most part across the board, this drone threw out everything, like as far as the descent speed, horizontal, and all that other stuff, the speed of the drone, the maximum takeoff, all of the altitude, and all of those. Across the board, it varies by a couple of minutes due to, I guess, the technology involved in the newer drone. Maybe make it a little less with it being using the same batteries. But as far as everything is concerned, the drone pretty much is the same until you start getting into the camera.
Right.
And when you
With
get
that
into
triple stack sensor.
well, see, when you get into the camera, right?
Any other U.S. companies besides Admiral selling the drone tag module?
Well, hang on a second. When you get into the specs and stuff like that of the camera, unless you are privy to that stack sensor information,
Yeah.
DJI never lists these things on their spec sheets. So I'm just curious to know, the verbiage and stuff on that. I'm not saying that that's not what's happening, but when you start getting into the specs of when DJI puts out their spec sheet, they never list these things. And I thought that was interesting.
You have a valid point
Because
there.
they talk about the sensor, right? And when looking at it, if you look at their spec sheet that's listed, they have it listed on not only in DJI, but as far as on Drone DJ and a couple other places. From reading it, you would say both drones carry the exact same sensor.
Right.
And most of the stuff on the camera is all the same until you start getting into the D-log and the night mode. Because I know if I don't mention the night mode, you'll go sick. You know, because I know you're the night mode guy, the guy. See, Lawrence puts on all black and sneaks out at night and goes flying at like 3 in the morning. Don't let him fool you. Those shots that you see on Facebook that Lawrence puts up at night, he's out at night lurking with his drone in the black bag up against the building, wearing all black with his hat pulled down over his face.
No, I'm not.
So the police don't see him. But yeah. What I'm saying.
Go ahead.
No, what I'm saying to you is that when you start getting into, like I said to you, about the camera and stuff like that and the stills and stuff, that's where you start getting into where the camera starts to differ. You know, basically pretty much single shots and all of that and everything, the 48 megapixels, all of that, pretty much all the same across the board, you know. I pretty much like it because of the fact that, like I said to you, when you start getting into video, and video is what we do, you know, we do a whole lot of video.
Yeah, we do
now it's turned into a lot of pictures. It's just up and down across the board. First it was pictures, now it's video. Now getting back into video. But 4K, the 4K capability on it has changed.
Right. Everything
now,
is 4K plus.
You know, but once before, I believe, and you know, and if you look at the spec sheet, where you were only allowed in 60 frames per second, you're now shooting in 30 frames per second. Now you're shooting 60 frames per second. You also now have 4K in slow mode.
Yes.
You know, and that is a biggie because the 1080p, and you see, like I said, when you start talking about, is it an entry-level drone? Is it an entry-level drone?
There was no such thing when I started flying.
Is it an entry-level drone? We start talking right from when they started bringing out these smaller drones or drones that fit into like every different price range that you can get into the game and fly. You know, I think that's what it started at, and then it became an entry-level drone thing, And then you started to hear guys even talk about how if it doesn't have sensors on it, then it's not a good entry-level drone. But drones didn't have sensors on them in the beginning.
Yep.
So no,
yep.
I personally think, like
my
I said,
3DR Solo didn't have sensors. My Hubsan H501S didn't have sensors. The only thing I knew that had sensors back then were with the Phantom 4 series started.
Yeah, but the difference on the 4K in being able to have 4K in slow-mo.
Yeah,
that's a big thing. But I mean, let's be for real. You can shoot 4K and post edit your own slow-mo.
True.
You know, if you're doing 4K 60.
Right.
No.
Yeah, yes, definitely. I've done it before. I've speed ramp video before.
Listen, I stood in front of the hotel in Miami. All right.
Yeah.
Took off in the parking lot, up over the trees, up over the top of the hotel, flew down to the mall and the parking lot, and then it looked like a train. I don't know. I guess it was a train. Yeah, it is a train. Yeah, I did see the train move. It's a train, yeah. And I flew around a little bit with the drone. Yes, I flew it a little out of line of sight. Not that far, to the other side of the hotel in the building that was next to the hotel and across. But there's a shopping mall on the other side with some other buildings and a parking garage. I flew down to that. You can see it from where I'm standing.
Okay.
The Mini is so damn tiny that.
Were you able to see the lights?
Yeah. But
okay.
But even that and still are so small that after a certain amount of feet,
it's a small footprint. I get it.
You can't see that damn thing. And it's not that far away. And I flew it even at night, and I'll be honest with you, the Mini 3 Pro shot well at night.
Oh yes, I know for a fact. One time we were out with Big Mac.
I'll tell you this.
A couple of times.
If the Mini 4 Pro is better for $50 more with that controller, I will tell you definitely, if you're looking to get a drone and you don't want to spend that much money, jump on it.
Yeah.
Because if I was going to buy a Mini, I would get that.
Believe it or not, I would do the same. I just don't want another controller.
Well, that controller, I mean, because it's OcuSync 4, and that controller is just so much better than, actually, if you took the controller that you have now and had those antennas put on it, it would be just fine.
I know.
No, and keeping the interior, the ones that are inside.
Right.
Because that's what's happening now with it. And that's what's happening with the
right. They kept the patch antennas for direction and used the omnidirectional for flying immediately around you. How many times, Herman, have we been flying and ask someone, "Where are you?" And they go, "I'm over there." And you go, "Well, then who's that over there?" And they go, "Oh yeah, that's me." Right. So that's where the omnidirectional antennas come in. With the
last time had an incident like that. We were in
use the sensors for the other 4 views.
We were up at the other Franklin Street over by Blue Slip.
Yeah.
At night, and I know for a fact I did a semi-orbit around the building, and I'm looking at the drone. And when I asked you where was the other party that was with us, where
I remember.
And you guys said right there, I was like, okay, I'm gonna land that drone that you said is yours and back up, and I'm gonna just not fly.
I remember that was the night. For those of you who don't know, we had a few out-of-towners come into New York to fly. We had someone from Chicago and someone from where else? I know a little bit was from Chicago. And I forget where the other chick was from, but we had some people come in. They just happen to be female from from out of town. And the chick goes, I didn't know this was the first time flying at night. I go, "So where are you?" She goes, "I don't know." I said, "What do you mean you don't know?" She says, "I can't see nothing." So I'm like, "Oh damn, here we go." The chick goes and hands me the controller and says, "Bring my drone back." I get tired of people doing that. People have been doing that, Herman, throughout my drone career. You remember we were out in Rockaway. Someone's drone was drifting away over the fence. Said, "Where's my drone going? Here, get it back." At least I know how to fly in ATTI mode. But that night, I remember, Herman. Once we said that's her drone right there, he's like, "Well, I'm coming in." Then you didn't fly anymore. Mr. Crowley and his drone. How are you, man?
That shit.
Yeah, but we run into all types of situations like that. I'm just glad.
And he doubled down on
it. Oh no, Jim's droning was definitely female. It was definitely female. I know. I'm just saying. No, they were from outside of New York. Both of them were photographers, but I forget where Tanya was from. I forgot what state she was from, but I know the other one.
Names.
Oh, the other one was from Chicago. But that was an interesting night. It was a good night. We got some real good footage.
Well, Never mind. That was the waffle night.
Yes. 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 You don't even want to know. Trust me, you guys out there do not even want to know.
No, nothing.
To this day.
No, nothing bad happened with waffles.
No waffles were harmed in any way, shape, or form, etc. But that was
no. But I personally think, looking at the two and comparing them, the mini 4 Pro,
for $50 you get 360 optical avoidance.
Yeah, you can't beat that, man.
And right now, if you get the RC2 controller, which has the
can't beat that.
Right now, I'm pulling it up on screen right now.
You can't beat that, bro. You can't beat that price, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Can't beat it.
Okay, now the Mini 3 Pro will let me pull it up on screen so you guys can see.
And then you're looking at some of the features that, like, we're talking about
this comes with the
return to home. Yeah.
N1 controller. Keep in mind, for $759.
That's the one. That's what the Mini 3 Pro with the.
That's the Mini 3 Pro, and then if we go to the
vaccine controller,
the same for $50 more, you get the RC2 and OcuSync 4. For $50.
but if you look at it for that controller to controller, and the price. Look at the
it goes up different, right here. It's 909. Right, it's 909 right here. Yes,
right, 909. Right.
Yeah,
and that's the old controller, right?
Without one without the antenna. Correct.
Right.
This is the yes, it is. This is the one without the antenna added on, and for $50 more, you get this one right here.
Yeah,
come on, that's crazy. You just.
You jump on it.
Well, Fly Guy Merrill said he was going to. He dropped it. He dropped the ball.
Anyone else getting one?
Hey Tony, what's good, man?
Lawrence is gonna get one.
I don't need one now. There will come a time where I may need a mini, but right now that $1,000 could go towards a few batteries.
Really? Your local sponsors, Lawrence, is going to be complaining about and they're going to stop your paychecks from coming.
Oh, here we go. There we go. See, I'm on point.
No, you're not, because you missed it a second ago.
Wednesday Night with Those Guys is sponsored by Those Guys.
What's up with the echoes? It sounds like those guys are in a tube or something like that.
Yeah, it does. It does. And that might be a filter or something.
Okay.
Oh, now that we have it, you might as well go with the
well, no, that's for later on in the show.
Okay, so let's sound like you guys are selling yourselves. Draymond says, you hear Draymond? It sounds like we're selling ourselves for the Phantom 4, for the Phantom Mini.
Well, no.
Nothing but good things about the Mini tonight.
I just think that there's a lot of good things to it, and I think that the Mini, not only, okay, eventually we're going to be in the days of remote ID, and everybody's going to be either in or you're going to be out, and if you're going to be out, you're going to be out. But if with the freers and everything like that, and don't get me wrong, they're going to be the guys worrying about them. And the thing is, I think that people were trying to get into freers without being a part of the AMA, and I guess that became a big fail, right? But I believe that a lot of their fields they're still going to have them. So if you join the AMA, you'll be able to fly. And they still have them here in New York. Guys are flying,
right?
So you can fly the Mini there. I mean, G airspace. I think you can fly even your cat.
You said your cat.
But yeah, you can fly anything. Fly in G airspace. What are you sleeping? You're falling asleep over?
Achy body, man. I'm surviving here.
Look at him. You know what you need?
What?
Some green tea.
No, a back massage.
No, he's just gonna go to sleep.
That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. My Mini 4 Pro. Jim's droning. Are you getting the Mini 4 Pro, man?
Okay, Jim Jones is getting the Mini 4
I know.
Pro.
I know. Fly Guy Merle said he was.
right.
Is anyone else getting one out there
Jump
or
on it.
considering getting one? But we just showed the link right now with the N1 controller. The Mini 3 is the same price as the Mini 4 with the smart controller. So you might as well spend the extra
with
50.
the regular, with the flu vaccine to the new flu vaccine controller, they're the same price. But when you step up to the integrated screen, price for price, $50 more, you might as well jump on the Mini 4 Pro if you look.
Here it is right here. We're going to show it again. We are not paid endorsement, so don't think we're getting any kickback. But for $909,
and if I did, I wouldn't tell Lawrence.
What happened?
Nothing.
What the hell? I heard something I wouldn't tell Lawrence. Wow. That's how we live in. What I got to go through. But look at this, the Mini 3 Pro with the old N1 flu controller, as opposed to for $50 more, you get the N2, the RC2 controller with the better antenna, patch system, and 360 obstacle avoidance. Oh, did I mention? And
no,
I'm going to mention this now because because
I probably did already.
What about the batteries?
Who?
The batteries?
Yeah, I did mention the batteries.
Okay. Yes. Yeah,
it's the same batteries.
For the Mini 3.
That's why you're looking at, when I was telling you about looking at the specs across the board, they're pretty much the same as you start getting into the functionality of the camera. And you know, as far as the distance, the transmission system, and the transmission system overall with the Oculus 4, other than those things, the drone is pretty much the same.
Jim's droning's getting one too. He says he ordered from DJI. Should have
drove. The batteries probably the different flight and stuff like that with the batteries and different things tested at certain speeds.
Yeah.
Changed a little bit, a couple of minutes off because of the functionality of the drone and the extra equipment that's going on in there. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, you start getting all those extra amenities in your car, you need a battery with more cold crank. You know?
That's what it is?
Yeah.
And notice he pulls it out of right out of his pocket.
See that? See that? I'm telling you, Batman's gonna have one of these.
The next Batman will have.
Yes. If he don't, he's a punk.
Let's hope the writers hear your wish.
If Batman don't have one of these, he's a sucker.
And the HDR video. Now, keep in mind, not all these newfangled.
Oh, I thought he was rich.
Shoot HDR video. Of course he's rich.
So why he don't have a drone?
Because he's got a lot of other cool toys.
He ain't got no cool shit like this.
And what is this drone going to do when he pulls it out?
He can see the Joker and all of them shits from far away, whoever was there, to do all the surveillance.
Oh, like a probe. Okay. Autonomously, of course.
Come on, man. Get with it, bro. Come on, am I writing the next movie or what?
You might as well. You might as well.
He can actually have one. No, let me not even get into that.
I'm actually seeing more minis as of late. In the last year, I've seen a lot of people. There's a guy around here I saw that has a mini. He has a Mini 3 Pro, and he was just flying it from a parking lot. And I was like,
"Oh, can't wait to run it into something, right?"
Huh?
You can't wait to run it into something.
Oh,
no. You know what?
He was actually going straight up. It was actually windy that day as well.
I gotta be there to see how this happens because
what?
No, you know, I once again I say the same thing about the cars. The cars have all kind of braking systems and sensors on it for lane departure and all of this other stuff like that. If you start swerving a little bit, too much to the left or to the right.
Mm-hmm.
But they're in the body shop at the same steady pace rate. Who's the moron that beats the computer and crashes this shit?
Yeah, I know, because there's always a guy that goes out there and purposely crashes to be the first one to go viral for crashing the new drone. Have you seen any crash videos for the Air 3 yet?
No, but I'm quite sure there are. There were crash videos for the Mavic 3, and that thing cost a lot of money. I'm
Driving
not
home,
trying to test. Listen, get refreshers for an accident. I'm not trying to test that shit.
Angie says, driving home, listening. Good evening to those coming in. And if
AJ,
if I had to buy that drone,
AJ.
because mine broke.
What happened? Who? What
She said
broke?
if she
What?
had to buy that drone, it would be because the one she has broke.
Oh,
The drone guy, 42, the Air 3S.
well, Angie, I'm being honest with you, and the drone that you have is still a very quite capable drone.
Mm-hmm.
There is absolutely nothing wrong with that drone. And
Drone guy says he flies.
I will tell you the truth. If Cool Dick was here in the chat, he would I always use him as an example of that, because he can get some shots out of that shit, boy.
Which bird?
The Mavic 2.
Oh yeah. He's mastered that, the Mavic 2 Pro. Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Ooh.
And Big Matt has that Mini 3 down. You would think that Mini 3 is almost a full-size drone, full-size sensor with the light and stuff he pulls out of it. So I don't know what you're flying Saturday night. But if you're interested,
I need another Mavic 3.
Metropolitan area, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook Messenger, and I'll let you know where I'm going.
I need another Mavic 3, Lawrence.
What happened?
I need another Mavic 3.
I do too.
I need one to put on a different insurance policy.
Mine is getting some mileage.
And fly.
Oh, you mean just to fly, right? Not one that's not insured.
Mm-hmm. Well, not insured on the company policy.
Yeah, I got you. Jody says fly right through a wooded area, like Rich Smith did, the 3 Pro, and hit trees, right?
Bang, 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 right off the side of the trees. Right?
Bing bong. See how good the sensors do.
There's some things going on in Baltimore, Lawrence, that is shaking the nation, because Baltimore police get the green light to go on DJI. The Baltimore Police Department. Yeah.
The hell with the blue list.
Yeah. Check this out. Yeah, but after months of deliberation, they were given the green light to by the city to purchase
DJI drones.
Yeah, to purchase DJI, well, all over 38,000, I guess, in DJI equipment. Now, this is despite the highly politicized move by Congress and U.S. government agencies that have banned or blacklisted, or if you want to call it, DJI.
Yeah.
Well, about about a month ago, the the municipality of what's that, Grand Rapids, Michigan?
Yeah.
Well, they gave their police department $100,000 budget to purchase DJI aircrafts.
Really?
Oh yeah. So I mean, not everybody is on that,
following that blue list.
Well, not so much the blue list, but following the whole notion that the drone has these security risks because they've done their homework on it. They have their way of making the decision on this, and they're saying that their decision is being made, even with the federal and state, blacklisting, like I said, and stuff like Florida and the bans and stuff like that, and the UAV on the UAV tech, that they're still using this, and they're basing this thing on the cost effectiveness and the performance and the safety to be able to use this. And I hate to use this word, but on something that is used as a daily driver, excuse me, because I first heard that once when doing with car shows, and car shows, they do these things with people bring their daily car, the car they use daily to do shows and see how clean they keep them. But it was here and there. But yeah, but this was funny because, like I said, the blacklisting came with stuff with DJI and their human rights issues, and the fact that they claimed that it was a data breach and all kind of other stuff that was being mentioned with DJI. And when it's not one thing, it's another. And it was highly, like I said, highly politicized, and they've done their homework, they claim. And when then it's funny because in the article I was reading, it was saying that most of the people who use the product and use the tech was saying that if given the choice on a product to purchase, that they would purchase DJI if they had the opportunity to, and with it's funny because was it this gentleman here in like I said to you before, was it the mayor? Because in the local TV, right, over there in the area in Baltimore,
Right.
they had mentioned that how that there was 6 other police departments in Maryland,
Right.
were also using DJI products. This is a police department.
Right. So they're
Using
not,
DJI
Baltimore is
products.
not the only one that's
Right.
doing this. And
And
that shows it's a trend.
well, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a trend, but they're actually the there's a word for it. The scare tactics, the old yeah, they're just trying to put that notion out there, and then sometimes there's people on the outside that see what's really happening, and they know that the whole get down or lay down attitude is just a bully tactic.
Yeah, they're
and it's a bully tactic for politics, and that's what I said, it's a highly politicized situation. But what was it? The station, was it WBAL? Like I said, they mentioned that there was 6 other police departments in Maryland that were using DJI drones for their police work. And like I said, and they're basing this decision on the tech's performance and to the cost of the drones for the taxpayers' money is what their decisions are. And also they mentioned about the safety,
right,
and that was something that was also mentioned by
hey Keith,
the mayor in Baltimore, Mayor what's it, Brandon Scott, that said that decision came down to the cost effectiveness, the performance, and the enhanced safety, you know, the enhanced safety objective that and what they deal with in the police department. And this is not his decision to say, let's go with this. This is decision made by the, I guess the city and their decision to go with this. He says also that he would have loved to have gone with, the American made product, but it just didn't meet their criteria, as far as the cost effectiveness of it. I mean, yeah, may have been able to do a lot of these things, some of them even more so, but the price that they would pay for just a regular drone that a police officer would need on a daily use for certain things, to sit something on the shelf that's going to cost you $10,000 or more.
Yeah,
and you're talking about something no bigger than anything on the shelf over here.
right.
That was what their issue was.
Well, I want to see. Gary says he's not giving up his Air 2S unless they come out with something else that's compatible with his RC Pro. I'm with you on that, Gary, 100%.
Well, Gary, you know what, Gary, I hate to be the one to say this, but there's going to come a time where if they don't, you're going to have to move on. I've already come to that conclusion, because I couldn't, even if I bought an enterprise model of the Mavic 3,
yeah,
I couldn't use this controller in it anyway. Where'd you go, Lawrence? Where'd you go?
You're right. You wouldn't be able to.
No, that is the same controller, but different. You know what? Whenever I purchase a drone, I fly it, take it out and fly it, test it out a little bit. And if it meets the seal of approval, I like to put it in a hard case.
Right.
And whenever I get a hard case, the first hard case I ever purchased was from Nanook. And in dealing with Nanook, somehow, well, I wouldn't say somehow, they actually have a picture of it, of a stack of cases that I have for all of my drones that tower over me like a grizzly bear. And Nanook has given me a coupon code to share with you guys. Phantom Flight 10 for 10% off on all your Nanook products. So feel free to use that coupon code, run out there and purchase your Nanook case for your Mini 4 Pro.
Yeah.
For all your Mini 4 Pro protection needs.
Mini 4 Pro, you can use it. You can have it fitted as a gun case. They have some great cutouts for your hand pieces.
Yeah. Check them out.
Worth it. It's worth it. 10%.
There's a link in the description below for Nanook hard cases. Check them out. Plastic cases, Canada product. Can't beat it.
Canadian. Nanook is Canadian. That's true. Do you think Jim's Droning and Gary get a discount even more? For being
You know what's funny about that? I think I get a better price in here in the States on Nanook products.
Yeah,
but you know, I don't know if that coupon, it should work for Canada.
It works. It should work on Canada. It's your coupon code.
They told me to share it with everybody. And I'm sharing it with everyone.
Oh.
Feel free to jump on it if you need one for Christmas time. The holidays will be here in a minute.
$1,200 controller.
It's already October.
Yeah. Jim's Droning said, why I never brought a $1,200 controller. Wanted to, though. It crossed my mind.
What happened?
He said why he's never brought a $1,200 controller.
And I'll tell you why I purchased it. I purchased it because I purchased the smart controller. And if that controller was anything like the smart controller, I knew I wanted it.
Right.
You know, the buttons on it, the extra buttons on it. And believe me, with that friggin' Fly app, you need those buttons.
True. Yes. The back button, all of that stuff. Yes.
You know, since you've been flying with that controller, Lars, you now you notice that there's buttons you didn't even know you needed.
Oh yeah, and I used them too.
Yeah, all right.
I used the hell out that back button. Why do I have to touch the screen when I can just go bleed? It's so much easier, bleed. And I have my camera settings programmed to the trigger, right trigger. So when I
And you got the toggle
camera
on it,
right? I don't have to touch the screen anymore. I pull the trigger, and my camera settings come up. You're right.
and you got the toggle on it too.
Mm-hmm.
And you can set the toggle of do the aperture and all that. Come on, man. You can't beat that. You can't.
Right. There's no need for you to touch the screen with the
Can't beat
RC.
it.
I mean, do I touch it before?
Up, down, across, the left, or right. Oh God, I love the controller.
Right, but the only time I actually touch the screen is for the tap to focus.
And remember, I haven't said anything yet about downloading any third-party apps.
But you can. But you can, yes.
Yeah, to look at them.
Mm-hmm.
Flying
I had
a Mavic too. You can look at them.
I had a third-party app, but I was just playing around with some mapping software. I've taken it off since.
That works with the Air 2S.
Yes, it does. RC. I fly the Air 2S with my RC Pro, and here's something as opposed to the RC radio. When you switch between the Mavic 3 series and the Air 2S, you don't have to reestablish Wi-Fi connection.
Not right, but here's the thing with some of those things that we talk about mapping with those things. That's cool, fine, and everything like that. And if Draymond is still in the chat, he can contest to this. Some of the mapping software that they have for that drone that really give you any
What?
Your clients are not using that software.
True. That's true.
There are others. But then depending on the quality of what you're doing, you can't give them that word.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Oh wow, it's that time again, huh? The sponsors, wow, they keep coming up.
It's that time again for sponsors.
Yeah, wow, shoot.
It's funny.
Yeah, but you know what?
Say that because
Mm-hmm.
I do have it loaded. I just didn't have the button clicked on.
Oh.
Which does no good, but I can do that now, actually.
Well, you know how you are.
Well,
you know what? I tell you this: if you was in the control room,
Drone news and tech talk. Tune in on Wednesday nights, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. To Wednesday night with those guys.
Well, you'll never get me. You'll never get me for embezzlement. Draymond agrees with you 100%. That a lot of people aren't using that software. So there are tons of There is tons of software out there. There's Maps Made Easy. There's the Sky Browse.
No one's using that.
There's GeoNator, which stores your data for free, but they only allow you to use 2-dimensional maps.
No one's using that.
Right. They're using Drone Deploy and other what is Pix, Drone Deploy, Pix 4D, and what else?
You might get Maps Made Easy.
Maps Made Easy, if you want to learn the concept.
You might get some people using Maps Made Easy, believe it or not.
There are some people who are using Maps Made Easy, but that's a lower end clientele. If you're trying to do a volume measurement of a dirt pile in the north end of a field, I don't think
Maps Made Easy will do it.
Yeah, it will. It will.
But does your client have it? And like I said, some people are getting into it. It's starting to make its way because they have different
platform. Yeah. That in that case, that's a good thing. I may have to look into it and just to play
No,
around.
don't introduce us to another thing.
Hmm?
Don't introduce me to another thing.
I know, right? That's what it feels like. What did Jim's droning said? Oh, just curious. Does anyone use a phone gimbal like the Insta360 Flow to add to your storytelling along with your drone footage? I'm looking at it and it looks kind of cool. I was actually
Oh well.
an Osmo Pocket 2, but
I learned from using a GoPro like this
yeah, I did that too.
the Osmo like this
GoPro. Yeah, holding the Osmo.
to having a camera on a tripod.
Yeah. So Keith Russell, honestly, it's a matter of what you plan on doing with it. If it's the anything Insta360, let me say right there, is great.
Because I did try the whole gimbal carrying it.
I've used a couple of Insta360. I used the Insta360R and one other type. And once you get the keyframes down and realize that your environment is three-dimensional, it's fun. But anything 360 would help because you can actually be vlogging yourself and turn the frame around and show where you're going without skipping a beat. So if you're looking into getting it, do your research, definitely.
As opposed to having multiple cameras.
Yes, as opposed to turning the camera off and aiming the camera around that way. With the 360, you can do whatever you want, la la la, sing, whatever. And if you get tired of looking at yourself, you can swing the camera around because of that 360 mode. So if you're interested in it, I would say it would be any 360 camera. Insta360, I have some experience with. Other 360 cameras, not so much. I did buy a cheaper one and wish I never wasted my money on it, but that's another story. It's sitting in a box somewhere. But if you're interested, go for it, bro.
You're right. You're right, Draymond.
What happened?
No, what Draymond was saying.
You will be required to use software that the client is familiar with, or you will be given access to their account to fly the mission. Oh, now see, yeah, I've never had that luxury of getting.
Neither I've never had to do that. The most I have ever had an issue with was
360 all the time for me. Jim's droning says
someone not getting their pictures.
And also one last thing, Herman, we're getting back to Keith real quick. The Insta360 software, I even have it in my computer. I actually did something. Let me look. Here we go. He goes, oh no, here we go. Well, here it is. I found it. This was at Coney Island. Hold on. This was at Coney Island. Let me mute the sound on it. So
Coney Island.
Well, you know what? I'll leave the sound on.
What's going on at Coney?
Check this out, Keith Russell. I'm actually holding a selfie stick above my head, and it's in the middle of a roller coaster, a new roller coaster here at Coney Island. But this is it right here.
Got on?
Check this out. This is the Insta360R. Now the roller coaster is launching now, and I was actually able to do this, which looks kind of cool. Here's the roller coaster getting ready to go past. But it came out pretty funky. I thought it was an interesting 360, just trying something new, you know? So you can do stuff like this. I'm in the middle right there, holding the selfie stick up in the air.
Okay.
And unfortunately, because it's Coney Island, the ride's over. But you get the gist of it. So
I hear you.
I say
that looks crazy. I would not get on that roller coaster. And I know what it looks like. But that one, no.
Oh, that one, yeah, that roller coaster is, like I said, a little funky. I used it, Jim's drone, Insta360 Studio. I used the same thing. And export. Oh, also Insta360 Studio. If you do not have Insta360 footage, it will import 360 footage from other camera types.
Okay, that's a good thing to know.
So just in case we were able to help you out with your decision, I can see him now 3 months later. Lawrence and that effing 360 camera. Because it takes a while, Keith. It's a learning curve because you go from 2-dimensional to 3-dimensional around you. And once you get that concept of how to angle a camera and speed ramp stuff and slow it down, you can get some cool stuff.
Okay.
But getting back to where we were,
well, the
yeah,
U.S. Customs and Border Protection has acquired 106 Teal 2 UAS drones.
I think that's cool. For the price, wow.
Red Cat Holdings is a subsidiary. Red Cat Holdings subsidiary Teal Drones has signed a one. Damn.
Yeah, I know. I love
drones. I need to get drones and a day camp. $1.8 million
in drones
in a contract with the U.S. Customs and Border Protection for the Teal drone. Teal, based in Salt Lake City, Utah.
Yep, American made.
Yeah, will provide the Teal 2 UAS to the U.S. Border Patrol. This contract, believe it or not, Lawrence, will deliver 106, as I said before, Teal drones and spare parts and training for over the life of the contract.
Wow.
I don't have the actual life of how long the contract is, but I guess it's a year. So they'll be producing these drones to them. I don't know. I guess I don't know the exact time of the contract, but for the life of the contract, they'll be producing the drone, or 106 drones. I guess as the drones, I guess, will roll out as the department sees fit. But
hey, View Chaser,
they're gonna get spare parts for repairs and they're gonna get training on the usage of this drone, and there's a lot of use case that this drone has. This gives the Border Protection an additional airborne reconnaissance, surveillance, and tracking capability. So I think it's a good thing for them.
It is definitely, but you know what I like about
to be able to take advantage of.
We've been doing a lot of stories about teal drones. We've done the Teal 1, the Teal drone. Then it was the Teal 1 and the Teal 2 they have. But Teal is one of the few drone companies that use swarming technology. I put the link there, which means you could fly up to 4 drones at a time, and lock each drone on a target and have different perspectives. They had showed it in the video real quick. I put the link there so you guys can watch the video, of course, after the stream.
Well, Teal is a very interesting drone. I've seen a lot of things with it, and I've seen a few different videos and stuff that they promote with it. But we go back to talking about, like, with Baltimore and all these other police departments, and talking about for their daily use. Like, do I need such an expensive drone sitting there like that?
I know. What'd you say? 160 of them were 1 million and change?
106 drones. Well, you got to remember, honestly, you get into it, truthfully speaking, it's not that bad. Because you're getting parts, spare parts, and training.
Spare parts and a lifetime contract.
You're getting training for the life of the contract.
Right.
How long the contract is, I'm not sure.
I'm sure they're negotiable. You may want a 1 year, you may want a 3 year, you may want a 5 year. I'm sure.
106 drones. I don't know if you need. I don't know how many agencies, or that's one agency that specific. I don't.
So I'm guessing that they would spread this technology out along the border.
Of course they would.
You know,
How
so
far?
I could see
106 different
each spot,
officers or 106
right?
different units.
But not even each spot having up to 2 drones, of course,
Honestly,
as a
and
backup.
and truthfully speaking, I would not like to go to work every day and get a different drone to use.
Me either. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. But this shows the swarming technology and how they can attack a target, and you can see this target from multiple
It's like
angles.
bowling shoes.
I know. Stop. Yeah, that can of Lysol is not killing everything. I'm sorry. What they tell you, it's not
Like
happening.
bowling shoes. You know, when you go and get.
They didn't let the sweat dry out from before that person that used them before you. Ew. Yeah. That's just nasty. I'm sorry. It's not something that it's.
Did I date myself with the bowling shoes thing?
Yep.
Nobody bowls anymore.
Hey, Stevie.
Hey, Stevie from the Bronx.
Yeah, Stevie from the Bronx. What's good? Hope all is
What's
well.
good? What's good, Stevie?
Stevie's like Waldo. Where's Stevie in the United States these
Yeah,
days?
you know, not even. Not even. Yo, somebody told me that they was looking at some video footage from the south of France on YouTube, and they seen Stevie floating by on a yacht.
Eating cheese and grapes. Eating cheese and grapes floating by. It's all good, man. Thanks for stopping in. We appreciate the
What's
support.
good, Stevie?
I've been going bowling not too long ago. Yeah, so think about it. Was the shoe wet when you put it on?
Stop, Lord, stop. That's nasty.
See, I will not accept. I will not accept shoes like that. They even look like they
How
wet.
you know once you gotta put your feet in them first?
Stop. No, that's even worse. That's even worse, bro. To know someone else's foot fungus is mixing with yours.
It's nasty, man.
It is.
You know what? I gotta do something about you. You need help, bro.
I do have some issues there.
Because I can't, for
we've
the
known
love of
that for a
peace,
while.
see what that got to do with the teal drone.
True, but getting back to the teal drone,
Does it have
just like
a
the Brinks
sniffer
2
for your
drone.
socks so it can find you hiding in the attic?
Stop. That's nasty. That's just nasty. Wet bowling shoes help you play better. Stop, Stevie. Help you slide down the better.
Y'all just terrible. You have you sitting there on the bench scratching your feet before you put them back in your own shoes.
Take some salt and sprinkle them in your shoes. I don't know. Anything. Keep from touching wet bowling shoes. I couldn't even begin to imagine.
They spray them.
Unfortunately, I know a lot of people don't have a size 14, so I think I'm good on that aspect. You know, the likeliness of my shoes being wet from someone else who wore a size 14. I can't play in dry bowling shoes. Oh shit, Stevie says. So at least with a size 14, I have a better chance than you guys that wear 13, 12, 11, 10, 9.
What? I coach at least 6 kids that wear the same size shoe.
Yeah, but we ain't bowling together. You get it? We're not bowling together. And if we were, y'all go ahead and play. I'm good. y'all can share the shoes. I'm
not bowling with not one kid I coach. I can see the ball going across into the other lane, 3 lanes over. Or into the concession stand.
Those look easier to knock down than the one straight down there. Your group of kids, yeah.
Or the concession stand. Yeah, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I feel you. Listen, for those depending on the weather, Saturday evening,
Oh, here we go.
I'm advertising here. I'm going out. Maybe I'll catch sundown or twilight just after sundown. But if you're interested in hanging out, DM me. And by Friday, I'll decide where I'm going. But I'm definitely going out Saturday evening.
Wait till y'all see the ninja suit he flies in at night. He goes out at night, all
I don't
black.
wear no damn ninja suit. Cut it out.
All black. Drone pocket, batteries, everything like
Full of drone out like this, whip, off up in the air, huh? You ain't right. We shall see. We shall see. But if you're in the metropolitan New York City area and Saturday evening you want to fly, let me know.
Which metropolitan
It
city?
includes all of you lurkers out there too.
When
Hit
you
me
say when you say if you're in a metropolitan city
in
area,
the 5 boroughs.
oh, New York City.
Yeah, yeah. When I say metropolitan,
not Los Angeles, not
no.
not Cleveland or.
Oh, see, Stevie just nasty. He said the shoe don't smell like imported Swiss cheese. I asked for another pair. That's just nasty. You're gonna make me not want to eat Swiss cheese no more, dude. I just thought
That's
about it.
gonna stop you from eating Swiss cheese?
Just the thought of it. See a slice of Swiss and a shoe, I'm done. I'm just saying.
You need help. I don't know. I don't know.
INTERGEO.
I don't know. Yeah, it's coming up. Yeah, this year it's INTERGEO is 2023 will be held in Berlin this year.
Yes.
October 10th to the 12th. Believe it or not. Yeah, this year's theme words is all about UAV technology. Yeah. Ooh. No, seriously. This year's theme is all about UAV technology. This is a big thing over in Europe.
Yeah,
it's held in different places. I guess throughout Germany.
That's what I like about it. They hold it in a different place every year that they do have it.
Yeah, in Germany.
Mm-hmm. And there's a full schedule here also.
Oh, yes, it is a full schedule. You would have to share the link for them
photogrammetry
for that so they can check it out. It's a lot to do with mapping. If you this is big. This is big. If you're into mapping, you do mapping and stuff like this is big.
Hey Steven, what's good, man? I see you back from France.
They got a lot of stuff on photogrammetry.
Yeah, going through the list of
3D modeling.
INTERGEO 23. The first one on Tuesday, October 10th, they're having UAV photogrammetry workflow revisited.
Really?
11th, they're having UAV applications in the public sector. Like Herman said, mostly mapping. Wednesday, they're having use cases, applications, and innovations. On that same day, what's next, outlook to the future. And at different booths, they will have Ortel, Blue Marble Geographics, Carlson Software, DJI, GmbH. I've never heard of that division of DJI, which is why I mentioned it. So that would be interesting.
Yeah, they did.
But I just clicked on it, and because I know nothing about it, it takes me to the DJI site. You click on it thinking you're going to find out about the GM, whatever they're using, and it takes you to their site to buy drones. Very slick. Very, very slick.
Really? What'd you find?
I didn't find anything. That's just it. I clicked on the link, and it took me to their page to buy the new Mini 4. Hey, Wayne B, it's good, man. What's wrong? What's wrong?
Huh?
What's wrong?
I thought you was looking for something.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, just saying what's up to some guys popped in. Oh,
No,
German version of. Oh, that's it. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen is well versed in
Steven!
his GmbH is the German version of LLC. So that's DJI LLC. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. I appreciate that because I would have put letters together and God knows what I would have came up with. We have flyby guys. GM. That's true. Flyby. Oh, you have. So you're listed GMB,
Yes,
which is the flyby guys
right.
LLC.
Here it's LLC.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Right. Well, you know what, Lawrence?
Yeah.
A 45-mile airport-to-airport drone delivery in Alaska. You know,
Really.
the
45 miles. Damn.
yeah, 45 miles. The Alaskan Center for Unmanned Aircraft Systems Integration demonstrated an airport-to-airport drone delivery. Guess where?
Where?
In Alaska.
Shit. All right. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, it was a milestone for the development of a local drone industry because their Sea Hunter drone
Yeah.
took flight from, they always have these names. No. Airport.
Can you say that again? No? Come
Listen,
on. Try to pronounce it one more time, man. Come on.
I'm looking at how it's spelled. Nenana. No.
One of them made a grow.
Yes, you're all right. Eminem State. Okay.
Airport. Yes, an airport.
Eminem Airport. Let's use that.
You need help, boy. I tell you, boy.
Well,
To Fairbanks International.
Okay.
So from those two airports, which one is a radio-controlled airport to a larger airport. So this drone got the test of everything, operating in different airspaces, and being able to operate with air traffic control and dealing with air traffic control and being able to, like I said, going from radio-controlled airport. For those of you who have taken your Part 107, you understand what I'm saying to you.
Okay.
And a larger airport, which may be having a manned tower or something like that airport.
Yeah.
So that's what it did. It did an unmanned 45-mile journey conducted by the University of Alaska Fairbanks Research Center. This test is basically,
that's a hell of a test.
Yeah, it's showing that a lot of things can be done, especially we talking about, beyond visual line of sight with stuff like, beyond visual line of sight, not, is really not really right around the corner. And we're going to talk about that a little bit in a few minutes, but yeah, that is another thing. I don't believe that'll be ready until what, next year?
Yeah.
Or yeah. No, 25 probably.
Really?
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I think it is going to be a slow rollout. Listen, the year is almost over, and we were wondering what could DJI possibly put out to get through the year without.
True.
We're almost there, right?
Mm-hmm. You're right about that.
Okay, so it's happening.
Now
we'll do a few firmware updates and a few cameras here and there.
Yep.
We got the mobile on the works. I see talks about the Osmo 7. Well, no, Yeah, that and the 3, the Osmo Mobile 7 or whatever. I think they're up to now.
Yeah.
Or 40.
Don't we have pictures of that stuff?
Yeah, we did, but I don't know. I'm just, looking at what's happening, and I'm looking at the fact that, we spoke last week about Google, Google's wing and their expansion. And it seems like Google has some new hiring to help out with this expansion.
Okay. And we've
Yeah,
done so many stories on Wing.
yeah, Wing as was we spoke about them expanding their drone network, and they hired, like I said, some new people. The company has made some appointments to 2 leadership positions. What's this gentleman's name here? They've hired Martin Gomez
Okay.
as the chief technology officer, and whoa. What's this other gentleman's name, Lawrence? What's his name? Casimo Lipo
Well, I can get away with not
as
saying
the
I can get away without saying his name because I'm showing a video.
as the global head of partnership. Now,
Okay.
both of these gentlemen come very experienced in their field and what they do. Because, like I said, they're looking to expand their delivery network. We talked about them expanding in the Dallas-Fort Worth area,
Right.
and them operating to over 60,000 customers, which, everybody says that drone delivery won't happen, but it's crazy
It's
that
happening. It's
it's
just
crazy that no, but it's crazy how you can keep a secret among 60,000 people.
true. Yeah. True. You're right.
Because drone delivery won't happen, but it's happening for 60,000 people.
Yeah. Yeah. And we did a story 2 weeks ago on the couple that hit 1,000 deliveries. That old elderly couple with Walmart.
Right. So, I mean, it's happening, but the reason why I say this to you, and they talk about, the fact that with, beyond visual line of sight, they claim the FAA won't be ready until 25 is what they're saying. And this gentleman, Casimo, he
Begs to differ.
well, no, he will help them with their retail integration, and then because that's what he's very well versed in dealing with some of these different retailers and these different markets. And I'll tell you about the other gentleman, Martin. He comes over from what's his company, Nuvo or whatever. I can't remember the name of the other company he was with. But was it Aero something was, I think it was Aero Flight Service Center or whatever, one of those companies.
Okay.
But he's very well familiar with Walmart and Kroger. And he's worked with Uber Eats in the past with different stuff. So
that
I
makes
think
sense.
that
If he's
he
familiar
can,
with Walmart,
he can help them a lot with
he's
expanding.
been around for a minute.
Right, he can help them a lot with expanding their company. So those are the 2 hirees that they hire to help out with the expansion of the company and their drone delivery networks. So, we talked about how they wanted to have each one of their drone hubs deliver more products to more outside of the range that they're already reaching now.
They wanted to expand, which is
Right.
a good thing. At least they're not shrinking down. Stevie goes, "Wow, are they killing the hobby over delivery to deliver apples?" Um,
Pretty much.
yeah.
No, I don't really think so. I mean, you'll still be able to fly drones. I believe that. Um, will things change a little bit? Yes. Will you
Of course they will. Of
stop
course they will.
flying your drones?
I want to
No,
point out,
I don't believe that.
but Herman, I want to point out the Stephen, for the flyby guys. You had asked me if I had saw the video, but I did not see the video as of yet. But Stephen from the flyby guys did a video about you guys in these 250-gram drones and the possibility of next year
Well,
being
it's just
limited
rumored.
to altitude, having a limited altitude. I will check out the video and get back to you guys on it, and maybe we'll bring it up a little later. But don't think because you don't put remote ID chips on those 250 drones that they're not going to suppress you in these FRIAs and little parks and areas.
Well, that's why it's a thing here in the United States.
Yes.
It can be flown in, in the FRIA, and it can be flown in your G airspace. The beautiful thing about the sub 250 drone, and this is one of the things that I mentioned, and why I like the fact that I don't think, and I said this before about the Mini 4 and the Mini series not being so much your entry-level drone. I think that every drone category has its entry-level drone. The air has its air, and then you have your tube system.
Right.
Your Mavic has its Mavic system, and you have your Pro series. It's just like you have with the Mini, you have the whatever, and you have the Pro. Whichever one comes first is up to them. As far as the drones are concerned, and this Mini 4, reason why I say I would jump on it if I was interested in getting another Mini, this would be the drone I would buy, as the fact that with the subtle changes that was done to it, you're doing almost the same things that you're doing with all the other drones. It's just being done in a mini package. And the fact that you can put ducks on these, to protect the props, you can fly over people with this drone.
Right.
That's a plus when it comes to filming and being able to get certain shots. You want 4K, you want 4K at a certain quality. Here's where this drone comes in. And with that, I end my night with that.
What happened?
I end my night with that. Now that's where I go with the Mini 4, and why I say it's a little capable little bugger. But I'm not looking to map with it. I'm just cinematic shooter.
For $50,
shooters.
Get the Mini 3 with that single controller. $50 cheaper, or for $9.59 you can get the RC2 controller with the Mini 4. They'll just change the law to 200 grams after they lock it onto the other laws. Nothing is guaranteed. This is true. You
think they're going to change the Stevie?
I don't think they'll go below 250, but it's a
no. I think there's a reason for 250, but Stevie, I think somebody could throw a Mini and hit somebody in the face and not really hurt them.
I don't know. I can throw pretty hard.
Nah, bro, that thing is so soft. They're getting closer to my Nerf, man.
Yeah, you're right.
They're getting so much closer to it. Lars, you got any final words? It's that time.
Be safe, fly safer. If you're interested in flying Saturday evening, hit me up on Facebook. We'll decide a location by Friday.
Okay. And with that, I'd like to tell you all, guys, there's a few other streams on tonight, a couple of pretty good ones. You can go check them out. But with that, we appreciate you all for coming and hanging out with us this week and listening to some of the interesting things we had to talk about. And which one did you think was the most important? The Mini
Baltimore Police
or the
Department
Baltimore Police
using
Department?
DJI drones against
Yeah,
what
because whenever we can fight to keep our products flying, and I'm not, listen, I'm not for any one company or to push the Chinese product. There's nothing, I have no stake in the game. But if I did, I wouldn't tell you. No, seriously. I have no stake in the game. And it's just, I don't like to see the lies and the propaganda. And those lies and propaganda, if we allow it to continue, it'll force you, even the consumer, if you want to keep flying, to buy one of these more expensive machines just to do what you want to do. So with that being said, I thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us tonight, and appreciate you all. And I'll see you next time with those guys. Good night, everyone. Oh, the people are raw. The crowd roars. Oh.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.